Is a Rick Tocchet re-signing imminent? Welcome, guys, to the line change. In this video, this is our long-awaited Rick Tocchet video that I promised earlier on in the week. Obviously, it's been a waiting game, waiting to see, is he going to sign? Are they going to announce something? Is he going to make his decision? Well, I happen to be stumbling on Twitter, and I found someone post something on Twitter that was quite interesting, and it pertained to Rick Tocchet. Someone said that they were on a flight to Vancouver from Vegas, and apparently Rick Tocchet was on his flight. Like, he saw Rick Tocchet, and it appears as though Rick Tocchet is on his way back to Vancouver from Vegas, where he resides and lives in the off season. So he's on his way back to Vancouver. I wonder why he's on his way back to Vancouver. Could as I mentioned, a signing be imminent? Could we hear something tomorrow? As of the time of this recording, it's literally just turned 1 a.m. on technically Friday the 25th. So nothing's come out yet. So that's why I'm recording this now. So probably by the time this video is published, we may have an answer as to whether or not Rick Tocchet will be re-signing. This will probably go up probably about noon on Friday. But yeah, so we're gonna break it down. No articles. We're just gonna talk and discuss it. And I'm also going to give you guys a hot take on a potential replacement for Rick Tocchet if he decides not to re-sign with Vancouver and accept the offer that Alvin and Rutherford have given him. We don't know the exact details of the offer, but it is a large offer with a lot of money on the table. We don't know what the term is, but Rutherford did say at the end of season press media on Monday that it was the biggest contract that the Canucks have ever given out to a coach. So it's going to be worth a lot of money, and perhaps we'll know by the time this video is published. But let's personally, I would absolutely love to have Rick Tocchet back. I've mentioned how I've been a fan of his since he came in. I believe I mentioned in a previous video that at first I wasn't quite sure. I hadn't made a decision on if I liked him or not, as I was just coming off of absolutely loving Bruce Boudreau as a coach. I've mentioned that in a previous video and how much love I had for Bruce and just the type of person he was. And then in comes this bald guy who I didn't really, I knew of him from his playing days, but I didn't know too much about him. And then seeing him coach, and of course, that first season with Rick behind the bench was a great season. Playoffs were back in Vancouver under Rick Tocchet that first season. Excuse me. We made it to the second round of the playoffs, and he ended up winning Coach of the Year. And I don't think that's a coincidence whatsoever. Yes, he has his dump and chase style of hockey, and everybody absolutely hates it, myself included. But you can't deny how good of a coach Rick Tocchet is. Obviously, this past season was tumultuous with the JT-PD rift drama and the injuries and, just a whole bunch of distractions. Yes, Rick made some mistakes this season and some of the decisions he made, but all in all, this Canucks team is really good when he's behind the bench, with this year being the obvious exception. So I'm willing to give him another chance. I want him back. Quinn Hughes wants him back. So, hey, if it makes Quinn Hughes happy that Rick Tocchet comes back, sign me up. I'm all for it. So, but as I mentioned at the beginning, someone tweeted saying they saw him on a flight to Vancouver. So does that mean it's a matter of time before he makes his decision, or has he made his decision? Is that why he's flying back to Vancouver? Is he flying back to sign that extension? Like in writing? Is he coming back to pack his things up? Who knows? But that is the latest update. I mean, it's not full on confirmed, and it's not, I don't see anyone like Friedman reporting on this. I mean, I haven't looked at Twitter in probably about an hour or two or so, but that is the update for Rick Tocchet. Now, before I get into my hot take, let me do my sponsor read, and then right after, I will give you guys my hot take on who I think could possibly replace Rick Tocchet as head coach. And it's not who you think, and it's not someone you guys are probably expecting. It's not Manny Malhotra, as much as I would like Manny to take over. It's not some of the names like Jerry Woodcroft, who's been mentioned, Peter Laviolette, some of the coaches that were recently fired. It's none of those guys. None of those guys that anyone's really talking about. It's my hot take. But before we get into that, let's do my sponsor read. Are you looking for an energy drink that is jitter-free, crash-free, no sugars, no artificial colors or dyes, and no calories? Then Dubby Energy is for you. With over 15 plus unique custom-made flavors, go ahead and get a starter sampler pack, which includes 3 different flavors. Use code TheLineChange to get 10% off your next purchase. Dubby Energy, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Sorry, guys. I forgot I was muted there for a second. As I was saying, my hot take for a replacement for Rick Tocchet if he chooses to not re-sign with the Canucks. Little drum roll, please. My hot take, Trevor Linden is my hot take to take over as head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. And I'm going to tell you guys why. I mean, for starters, apparently Trevor Linden was on, Team 1040 this morning, and was saying he doesn't think Tocchet's going to resign. Having heard that, it got me thinking, well, what if the Canucks approached Trevor Linden to be the head coach of the Vancouver Canucks? I mean, he's already been the president of the Canucks. He's a former player, so he's like Rick Tocchet. He's a former player. Yes, the only caveat with this is Linden has no coaching experience, at least to my knowledge. But players become coaches a lot. You got Rick Tocchet, you got Alex Burrows, who became like an assistant coach. So I think Trevor Linden could be a good head coach for the Canucks. He's a former player. He knows the team in and out, having been the president. Now, yeah, some people might bring up his history and his time as president, and the dysfunction between him and Francesco Aquilini, and how sour things were at that when he left. But he's still come back for ceremonies and stuff like that. So he's still, I guess, somewhat in a good standing with the Canucks. I don't know. But I just think it's a hot take and an interesting one to have Trevor Linden. If Rick Tocchet decides to go elsewhere, and yes, Manny Malhotra is, a key guy who could move on up to the Vancouver Canucks from Abbotsford. But do you really want to move Manny up so quickly when he's doing so well in Abbey? Maybe get him a little bit more experience in Abbey, and then, have him as like potential future. But if he needs someone now, why not approach Trevor Linden? It could be something big. It would be, sorry. I believe it would be met with a lot of fanfare because everybody loves Trevor Linden, and he's a fan favorite. He's, in my eyes, he's the Canucks GOAT when it comes to players and, personalities. When it comes to the Canucks, he's widely renowned, and he's Captain Canuck. So I could really see that as maybe a possibility. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about Trevor Linden perhaps becoming the head coach of the Canucks? I'm not saying that Alvin rather, I should say Rutherford has even approached Trevor Linden, but could be a possibility. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, Rick Tocchet has either resigned or we get an answer from him. If he does, you guys can ignore my hot take, but I thought it was an interesting hot take. So let me know what you guys think. Again, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to The Line Change and want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you are notified every single time we upload a new video. Find us on social media on Twitter/X. Find us at Line Change Van. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on Facebook. If you search The Line Change, you can find our Facebook page. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you do, please rate and review. That's going to do it for this video. As always, go Canucks go. And I'll see you guys in the next video.